Somtum, Muay Thai giant. Hi, welcome to the recap room. In today's video, we'll be talking about an action comedy movie entitled Muay Thai Giant. Warning, spoilers ahead. The movie begins inside an airport in Thailand. Tourists have come to Pattaya city. Then we see a man, drunk and dizzy, waiting inside a police station. A memory about the night before appeared. There was a woman in a bar that persuaded him to keep drinking. And when he was finally drunk, a man carried him inside a van. Next thing we see is Barney, half naked, playing with a little girl. He's waiting for his turn to talk to the officer in the police station. Apparently, Barney was robbed that night. He asked for the officer's help to track down the woman since all of his things are gone missing.
I have nothing.
The officer said they are already looking for the woman, but it might take days. He then gave Barney a letter and told him to contact the tour state center or embassy. But Barney was frustrated because he doesn't have any money with him and has no place to stay. His passport and IDs were also taken by the thieves, so the officer gave him 50 baht for the bus, which he is so thankful for. He then left and her little playmate said goodbye. He then made his way to the tourist center, but unfortunately, it was closed for renovation. Barney then wanders in the city, then rested on the pathway. Suddenly, a small girl was running away from some gangsters. They looked around for her but couldn't find her, so the gangster asked Barney about it, but he couldn't understand his language. When Barney leaned on the food menu behind him, he was surprised to hear a girl scream. Apparently, that's where the girl is hiding. The gangsters came back when they heard her. So this girl named Katen asked for Barney's help. She told him he wants to get her money. When he stood up, the gangsters were stunned to see how big he is, so they went and got some weapons. But they were relieved to see how scared Barney was when he heard the loud sound of the tuk-tuk, Thailand's three-wheeler vehicle. Then they attack Katen, but she hides under Barney, who takes the hit for her. Suddenly, a girl came to the rescue. Katen called her Sis, but her name is Dokya, and she's a Muay Thai fighter. She kicks and beats them with the help of Barney's gigantic physique. Finally, they use Barney to trap them and the two girls ran away. Barney kept saying sorry to them, for he didn't really intend to harm them. At another place, Dokya asked Katen why they were being chased, and she defensively said she didn't have anything to do with it. She added the giant must have gotten into trouble with them, that's why. But when Dokya looks away, we see Katen pickpocketed one of the gangsters. She stole the money from his wallet. Katen then asks her to go home. On the way out, they saw Barney holding the shell accessories Katen left behind. He returned it to her and asked if they were okay. Barney then introduced himself. Seeing Barney's condition, the girls didn't know what to do with him. We then see a kid terrified of the monsters from comic books, and when he saw a shadow of a giant, he shouted. And this caused everyone to panic, but it was just Barney coming to the temple with the two girls. The monk was awakened by the noise. He permits Barney to stay there until he gets his passport and asks Katen to go find the man who can find some clothes for the big guy. When she left, the monk then asked Dokya about her mother. It is then revealed that Katen is an orphan who used to live in the temple, then she was adopted by Dokya's family. At home, the mother scolded them for getting into a fight. She warns them that if she catches them fighting with others again, she'll spank them to death with her own hands. Barney slept with the kids in the temple, but his loud snores disturbed their sleep. Meanwhile, we see the same foreigners from the start of the film meeting with a local. They were showing him a device that is opened with a unique key. The next morning, we see Barney still sound asleep in the temple. The kids gather around him and woke him up with a loud speaker. Barney then went around the town with the monks and helped them. Then they ate together. He also joins the kids and helps them with some chores in the temple. One day, Katen and Dokya bring Barney with them to their mother's canteen. She was shocked to see how big Barney really is in person, but she welcomed him there. They let him try some of their local food. He was offered Somtum, a papaya salad that is a very popular Thai food. At first, Barney was hesitant to eat, but then Katen urges him to taste it first, since she personally made it. So Barney took a bite, but then a strange thing happened. The spiciness of the dish turns Barney's vision blurry and his whole body turns red. He turns into a giant, desperately searching for water to cool himself down, but he ends up hurting Dokya's mom and destroying the whole canteen. He then apologizes for what happened and said he didn't know what happened. It's like he lost control of his body. Katen said Barney needs to find money to fix the canteen, so he promised to do everything he can to help them. Katen thought of getting money through a fight club and told her sister about it. At another place, we see the precious camellia diamond set hidden in a vault. Back to the girls, Dokya teaches Barney Muay Thai. Every day they train together. During their break, Barney tells them that he won a Pattaya trip on a lucky draw. That is why he came to Thailand. But then he got robbed. He then shares how he's always losing in life. So Dokya encouraged him and said for him to be a great fighter, he needs to have a heart as strong as diamonds, and diamonds must be polished to shine. As part of Barney's training, he went against the kid, but even with his large body, he couldn't beat him. The next scene shows the news. The chameleon diamond set, which was to be exhibited at the World Jewelry Fair, has been stolen. We then see that this set is in the hands of the 3 men that were shown meeting earlier. They hid it in the laptop-looking device that can only be opened with a unique-looking crystal. They will fly to Brunei to deliver this package that will get them paid. But since they still have a few days left in Thailand, they have agreed to make the most out of it. At the fight club, Katen and Dokya meet with Young. They ask him to arrange a match for Barney there, and he agreed. They stayed and watched a match. But while watching, they imagined Barney fighting there and being beaten, resulting in death. So they went to Barney and said they can let him fight because he's so bad at it. Later, Katen takes Barney to the tourist service center, and on the way, Barney sees the girl who was responsible for him getting robbed. He ran after her, and coincidentally, Officer Pong was there and saw him chasing after the woman. Barney finally reached their hideout. When he asked for his passport, they attacked him. Suddenly, Officer Pong came to the rescue. Katen found Barney's passport, but she hid it in her bag. Officer Pong then takes care of the criminals. We then see Katen and Dokya thinking of how they can find money to help their mom. That night, Katen talks to their mom and asks for her permission to let Dokya join a Muay Thai dancing contest. But in reality, she wants Dokya to join a boxing match. The mother then approved. The siblings went with Barney to the fight club. The gang who stole the diamond set was also there watching the match. Finally, it's Dokya's turn to fight, but it turns out to be an unfair match. Apparently, Young received money from the gangsters. Katen then asks Dokya to back out, but she's determined to fight, so they could get the money to help their mom. The rule is, if Dokya wins, she gets up to 10 times the amount of the bet money. The match begins. She attacks the opponent and touches his hits, but later, Riddick ruthlessly attacks her. Because of it, Barney seems concerned for her. During the break, Young signals a man to put a metal bar in the male's boxer gloves. Dokya nearly lost consciousness when he attacked her, but she still managed to stand. Despite him cheating, Dokya still managed to win the fight. She knocks him down, but Young signals to ring the bell. The match ended in a tie, and Barney was so upset about it. When they went to get her pay, Young didn't give the promised money because he said Dokya didn't win. He only gave her 1,000 bahts, so Katen appealed and asked Barney to take care for them. Young called his men, and they started beating him. When they went home, Dokya's mom was disappointed because they broke their promise. Inside a hotel room, those who stole the diamonds were arguing because the crystal key to the diamond set is missing. Barney is now working in the fish market. He uses his income to buy construction materials for the canteen. Slowly, they were able to rebuild the canteen, and this time it's bigger and better. Barney is helping the ladies serve food, and he was instructed to grind the spices. However, due to his strength, he broke the mortar. So Katen looked for a huge one that is perfect for Barney. We then see Dokya in the marketplace buying papayas for their canteen. Suddenly, the male boxer she beat in the match approached her for a fight. Dokya had no choice but to fight him. Eventually, she won, but the boxer's friends joined, and with the help of the papaya vendor, they beat them. After the fight, the papaya vendor invited the onlookers to visit the giant mortar Somtum. Eventually, their canteen became famous. Many locals come to eat at their place. Back to the gang, they checked to the CCTVs to find the culprit who stole their crystal key. It shows that Katen was the one who had it. Then they made a deal with the club owner. If they get the girls, he'll give him an additional 100 grand for his work. That night at the canteen, the family celebrated Dokya's birthday, and as a gift, Katen gave Dokya a necklace that she made. It was the missing crystal and its pendant. Dokya is suspicious because it looks expensive, but Katen denies stealing it and says it's just a fake one. She also gave Barney a present, a set of brand new clothes. The very next day, as Barney and the girls were walking outside, a white van appeared and the gang members kidnapped them. While they were being interrogated, when Dokya was slapped, they found the missing crystal on her. When they snatched it from her, suddenly another guy pointed a gun at him. Apparently, the other guy has formed an alliance with the club owner to betray Ryan and Jojo, so he immediately thought of making Dokya scream in pain, then dropping the crystal in her mouth. Ryan holds Dokya hostage, but she kicks him and escapes. Barney and Katen were left to the gang and they were instructed to kill them. Katen sees a Somtum in the table, so she tells Barney to open his mouth. Katen then stuffs his mouth with the spicy Somtum and asks him to eat it. As a result, Barney turns into a red furious giant. Dokya was being chased by some men, but Barney immediately appeared and defeated them. But a jeep came and took her. Barney and Katen followed them. Dokya then kicks the face of the driver and jumps out of the vehicle. Once again, she escaped. Barney and Katen arrive at a warehouse where 3 big guys are waiting. They beat him up. Katen saw a food stall with all Somtum's ingredients and a mortar, so she quickly makes a Somtum for Barney. When she found an opportunity, Katen fed Barney Somtum to make him strong and able to fight again. On the other side, Dokya fought and defeated 2 men. But later, the club owner got her. Barney was about to save her, but he was shot. Katen saw Ryan shoot the club owner and he dragged Dokya into the plane. Katen then gave Barney his passport and apologized for keeping it. When he opened it, there was a drawing of him with the family. Inside the plane, they were about to open up Dokya to get the crystal inside her, but Barney gathered his strength and ran after them. The plans changed. Ryan got stabbed, but he shot the guy who stabbed him. At last, Dokya is finally free. Barney is fighting Jojo outside the plane, and when he didn't find Dokya inside, he flipped the plane. Barney falls and collapses. Dokya cried when she saw Barney on the ground. Katen arrives and asks him to open his mouth. When he heard her, he regained his consciousness. He stood up and ran at the side of Somtum. In the end, the giant mortar Somtum became successful. The locals and tourists go there to eat. Barney went back to his country, but he brought back Katen with him and took care of her. Did you like this movie? For more movie recaps like this, make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell as well so that you are notified on our next uploads. Thank you for watching.